What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Cricket Buddy Show. I've created a free character test. on my website, My Health Motivator. I'm going to put a link down the bottom. You can take that for a bit of fun, a bit of reflection. The point of the test is for reflection. It's not to score the highest. Hey, look at me, I'm such a great person. Hey, it's not like that. It's about, hey, you want to become the best version of yourself? You need to do the deep work. You need to reflect on yourself. You need to ask the hard questions, man. You need to be deeply honest with yourself. Are you living your best life? Are you doing the greatest things that you can do today? Alright, so what are we talking about today? In today's video, we're going into character. A person's character. So what does this topic appeal to me so much? I guess because a person's character really does pierce through the external veil of reality, and it really does pierce through, the falsehood of what the external reality is. So what the character is deep internal. It's deeply internal, right? And the internal world is everything, man. The internal world is everything. And that's something that I'm learning and becoming more conscious of, is the internal world and developing that internal world, that internal landscape. So I want to reflect on a story of a very strong character by an individual of the name by Cliff Young. Now, for those of you that don't know who Cliff Young is, he raced a 960-kilometer event, Sydney to Melbourne race, 5-day event. And the reason why I bring his name up is because he had no chance or no right to be winning this event. And in this event, he managed to just continually move at a very consistent pace, not at the pace of his competitors, but by the likes of Yanis Kouros, who if you also haven't checked, check his resume out. He is an unbelievable athlete, and he even I'd argue that he puts David Goggins in direct competition there. His resume is quite unbelievable. 1,000-mile races. Yeah, so I'll let you check that out. So Yanis Kouros. But anyway, back to the story of Cliff Young. So he's a potato farmer, basically. He's not a well-conditioned athlete, which is what's more remarkable. So the mindset of this individual, unbreakable. Now, let's fast forward to the finish line. Cliff ends up winning the race, but not only does he win the race, but he demonstrates a humility in comparison to a saint. So what I'm talking about is he donates all his winning prize money to his competitors. He's just happy to be there. And that's an ultimate character. So I thought I'd share with you that story. Let's delve deep into what constitutes a great character. And I'm only going to keep this brief. I'm not going to elaborate too much, but I think the number one trait, and this is the most fundamental trait of what constitutes an excellent person, an excellent character, is the ability to love. We can look at this characteristic can either go positive or negative. It can be interpreted both ways. So what I mean by that is the ability to love. So if let's look at the worst case scenario. So the worst case scenario is that there are military personnel who love their country, who are willing to kill other people in the defense of their country. So that's the ability to love. I mean, that's the dark side of the ability to love. But the light side of the ability to love is, obviously a parent's love for their children, and that's what constitutes great character. That's what drives great character. We also see this in sporting events. Great character is contributed by teamwork, by selflessness, by doing the right thing day in, day out, by your team. Not by yourself, but by your team. Because the old famous quote is that not one person can win a championship, but it takes a team to win a championship. Just finished watching The Last Dance, Michael Jordan. What an athlete, what a spectacular athlete. And look, there are exceptions to that statement, and Michael Jordan is definitely a phenomenal athlete. But moving forward, guys, so let's analyze like less than desirable character. So less than desirable character. A less than desirable character is someone who has an overinflated projection of self. So an overinflation of ego. This can transmute into less than desirable character. This can cause a person to make decisions based on the I instead of the collective, which in a detached view, in a long-term view, I don't know if it's the greatest decision to be made. I always believe in the collective because, hey man, we're in this shit together, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, what's the point of me surviving on the island if my friends are all dead? So the collective must grow and evolve. So that's my reasoning for a less than desirable character is an overinflation of ego. I'm going to talk about that in later videos. The ego is definitely not something to be, it's not the enemy, but it's not going to help you in the long run. So that's it, guys. This has been a quick video. This has been Christian Buddy from the Christian Buddy Show. myhealthmotivator.com. Peace. Let's go.